Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Hope you are well today. I am so excited today because I found out late yesterday that the all of Anna Griffin's projects, images, and what have you that have been in Design Space all this time are now available for free to Cricut Access subscribers. And you know, earlier in the week, I'll show you this. Earlier in the week, we were making some really fun cards that were Anna Griffin. Remember, we were doing the description on the inside, and then also we did these lovely lovely cards in pinks and greens from her Christmas Kitsch cartridge. And I was telling you that unless you've already purchased the cartridges, that you have to buy them either by the image or by the cartridge. Well, imagine my surprise when I found out yesterday that has changed forever. And we are I was just so excited. I had to run back to my studio and start crafting more things so I could show you what they are. And one of them is this. Let me show you this. This is entirely made out of paper. It's 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to show you how it goes together in just a second. But it's glitter, gold glitter paper with a background of green, and which I've strung because there's a little hole there, and I've strung in a little bit of thread, gold thread, filament or something. And I have a beautiful, and I can custom make it to whatever color I need or want. And I mention that only because I have an older house. It's an arts and craft era, which is like the early 1900s. My house is over 100 years old. And it feels like it sometimes, but anyway, so it's still got a lot of the original molding and all of the really beautiful pieces, and I find it hard a little bit to decorate for Christmas because it just, like, the red and green doesn't look very good with it. So I've resorted to doing a lot of gold and very muted greens and seriously muted red, which means pink. So I do a lot of pink and green and gold, and so that's been sort of my lifestyle since I've been in this house. And sadly, you know, it's very difficult to find anything that is remotely pink and green like this. It's, you know, at least it has been in the past. And so trying to find, you know, things that match my decor, especially as years go on and things get broken, because they often do, I start to having to replenish some of my ornaments on the tree. And you know, it's just really hard to find matching ornaments in this muted tones of green and pink. And then gold's easy to come by, but you know, I've always used the white, like, opalescent glitter as well. So you'll see me, I'm like an over user of white opalescent glitter. I think I have like an addiction problem with my white opal glitter and holographic stuff, because I just, oh man, I can't get enough of it. It's just shiny. It's so shiny, and I love it. And oh, while I'm talking to you, I am also putting glue on the back side of this piece of gold glitter, and which I cut out very expertly, so I can show you close, with my Cricut Maker. You can also do it on the Cricut Explorer as well, but it's basically, it's one piece. I resized it, and I can give you the file. I'll give you the file in the description. I resized it. It's actually, it's 2 pieces. There's the background piece and then the overlay piece, and you cut them both out. They're all together, and what you're going to do is you have to fold them all, you know, in half, here, and then at the junction place, you see. So you have to score them so that they but not so much that they fall apart. And then you flip this piece over, put the glue on here. This is what I was doing when I was talking, and you're going to line up this, and you can glue one section at a time if you want. I was talking to someone online just earlier today about glue, and it is true, you can put too much glue on a project and it causes things like this. I'll show you a little bit. I did that on purpose. So you see this little kind of, it bleeds out, but even if it doesn't bleed out, it can cause a real stiffness in your projects when the glue finally dries. So the best advice that I can give to you, there will be obviously some stiffness with any glue that you use, but the least, if you can get away with the least amount of glue, it's better. This is not a situation where more glue is better than less glue, if that makes any sense. I know we're a nation of overachievers like that, but in this case, you see, I'm putting the glue on to this very filigreed cutout. I'm putting it on very sparingly using a precision tip, but you don't have to use a precision tip. I just find, for me, it's easier. Now, if you're going to use something you buy at Michael's or in the stores or whatever, then there are a number of great products, including there's an Elmer's product and there is a Scotch product that I like very much. It's a white glue, and there is a difference in glues. Don't just buy like the big old white glue from Elmer's. It's easy to find, but I spent years searching for glues, and not just glues, but adhesives of any kind, double stick tape, which I still like for doing large things, to glues, to, the glue dots. I've tried hot glue. I hate hot glues. I hate hot glue guns, period. But I just hate working with hot glue, and I avoid it at all costs. The only time I ever use hot glue is when I'm making 3D things like flowers, because you just kind of need it to stick quickly. The thing about working with liquid glue like this, non-hot glue or liquid glue, is there is a dry time. And so it's easy to think, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll just put extra glue on there. It's not coming out, so it should be fine. But you really need to go slow with the amount of glue that you're using, okay? And you can always go back and touch it up. I want to show you how to do that. So here we go. I did all three, and so now they're connected, right? Now, before I put it together as a piece, I'm going to check around the edges, because oftentimes, well, this one I just did, but oftentimes you'll see if you're using a light glue hand. How's that? That sounds fun. But if you're not using a really heavy hand on your glue, sometimes you'll have little areas that need to be, filled in a little tiny bit. Fill it in there and squeeze it and make sure it's connected. You don't have to start all over, take it apart, because that's when you end up with rips in your product. But sometimes, like a leaf. Okay, here's a good example. A leaf might be lifting from the background. Now, at first, it's really not a big issue, but to be honest, as you make these things and you give them away as gifts, they become heirlooms. People bring it out every year. We were talking about this earlier today about shiny bright ornaments. I have some ornaments. I have an ornament that is 80 years old. I know it's 80 years old because it was purchased for my dad when he was born, and he was born 80 years ago this month. And I wish we could be celebrating. We could be celebrating with him, but unfortunately we lost him 8 years ago, but Christmas is all about my father, always has been, and some really lovely stories about his birth and everything. And so anyway, I inherited his baby ornament, which is actually, it's a piece of plastic, and you know, you like plastic, but I mean, it's 80-year-old plastic, and it means the world to me every time. It's shaped like a Santa Claus, and I take it out along with all my other, I've got ornaments that I've made from when Owen was a boy to, you know, things I made when I was in my 20s, and things that I've made with my Cricut in the last few years as well. And I keep them all. And why wouldn't you? I mean, I just because it's made of paper, no. You know, I mean, paper can last just as long as plastic or glass ornaments. So, so anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here is when you are gluing together something like this, and there's a lot of detail here. You see how it's very detailed. You see a lot of detail there. It's okay to, you know, go back and see a spot that you might miss. Use your finger or your nail or something and kind of like bend it a little bit to see if anything is lifting. And while it's drying, those first few minutes while it's drying, keep pressing it, because sometimes things don't, they kind of come like here. Look at this. Can you see this? There you go. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. So I just go back and put a little tiny bit of glue. Don't glob it on. You don't need to, but go back and press. It's not globbed on. And then once it's dry, and it takes a good couple minutes, remember, the glue is in between paper. It's not getting like absorbed. It actually dry. So once you're sure that it's done, then you can string, piece of string in here, and you find a lot of this string. I use all different kinds. This one here is like a filament. I don't even know where it went off to. I hope it didn't fall on the ground and the dog's eating it. Probably. Are you? It probably is, because it's not here on the side of my desk anymore. So, yay. That's always fun. Anyway, so when you're making these ornaments, you can string them with like a little piece of filament, and it just looks so beautiful. I'll trim off the extra pieces, and seriously, people will keep these, and they'll store them away, and they're actually pretty easy to store away. I mean, they don't fold nearly as flat as you want them to, but you can kind of bend them. It's not like a glass ornament that's going to break when you're storing it or trying to put it away. So it's really a beautiful project. It will last you for years to come. And thankfully now it's gonna be free with your Cricut Access membership. And you know, I gotta be honest, you know, a lot of people might say, oh, do I really need Cricut Access? Let me tell you, first of all, I pay for mine yearly. And yearly it's like about $100, I think. But you can play monthly, so if you're really not sure and you just want to try something, then yeah, just, you know, buy it for a month, try it out. While you have it, you can cut anything you want that has a little green A next to the image. You can cut, and now you can cut out all of these Anna Griffin things. Isn't this adorable? We're gonna do a video on how to put together this guy, Santa Claus, a reindeer, which I think it's a Rudolph reindeer, and a couple others. These come from that Christmas kit. But all of the images that we've been working with this week with the Anna Griffin images are now free for Cricut Access subscribers. So that and a whole lot of other images. So strap in, put your seatbelt on, because we are now going to be doing so many other really adorable things with Anna and her images. There's so many things I'd like to show you, but before I felt a little uncomfortable because I knew that there was a cost involved to it for some people, and I always want to be as frugal as I can and use the things that are given to me, and that includes, well, not given to me, but things that I have, and that includes the Cricut Access images, and now they are included. So anyway, I hope that this serves to help you determine if you want to get access. Remember, access isn't just about the images. You also get ongoing discounts and shipping credits or free shipping, as well as you can buy digital license stuff. I'm trying to think. There aren't that many licensed things. Maybe the Disney stuff, but it used to be like Anna and Martha Stewart probably is still under license, and then Sanrio, the Hello Kitty people, that was under license too. I don't think that's changed, but this is big news. This, Leah Griffith and Rob and Bob, all now you can do their projects as long as you're a Cricut Access member. And so, I can't see of another reason why you shouldn't at least try it for a month. It really is fun. Okay, I think that's it for right now. We're going to come back and I'm going to show you a couple of more things, including these beautiful and really fun character cards that come from Anna, as well as a couple of, I call these tablescapes, or, I think this is really cute. It's a glittery, glitter, and I also use shiny here, but it's a glitter, like 3D thing. I don't know anything else except that it's like a little adornment, something you put, how you take out your stuff and you just put it all around. I'm going to put this on this table and that table. This little adornment. And as I said, I have an older house, so these are my color schemes, is that pink and that muted green and gold. So stay tuned. If you're not already a subscriber, please, 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 could you subscribe? I would so appreciate it. We're coming back really soon with another giveaway for the month of December, so definitely you want to be subscribed. Okay, thanks very much for coming today. I hope you have a great day.